Peace be with you, my fellow brethren. And I would like to share with you my favorite verses, one of my favorite verses, which is John chapter 11, verse 35. I will read just beyond 35 for a reason. It says, Jesus wept. It's one of the shortest verses in the Bible. Jesus wept. So I said I want to read a little bit further, where it says, then the Jews said, see how he loved you. May the Lord bless the reading of his word, for it is holy. Now, my fellow brethren, let me say to you, Jesus Christ, when he was told that Lazarus has been dead and buried and possibly could be eaten by maggots and rotting and smelling, he wept. Some people have said that showed that Jesus had a weakness, but I tend to disagree and say Jesus showed that as a son of God who was born in a human body, in a human form, he had emotions and he felt sad. Sad for the death of Lazarus, and also sad for how difficult it was for the sisters of Lazarus and also for the neighbors. Let me say, emotions are part of human life, and we are born with emotions. There are 7 universal emotional expressions. The rest could be just feelings, but when we talk of emotions, we are talking about something that you can really see in somebody's face or in somebody's body language. So I always want to place at the top of the list anger. There is sadness. There is enjoyment. There is contempt. There is also disgust. There is fear. And there is surprise. These are the 7. You can really see them. And Jesus Christ had all these emotions and he felt them. At this moment, he felt sadness. And one of the byproducts of sadness is people tend to cry. People tend to shed tears as a sign that they have been touched at heart. Because sadness tends to poke or knock on your empathy, and it evokes compassion, and usually this touches your heart and you will cry. That's why Jesus Christ cried. Not that he was weak or showed any weakness. It is not a weakness, my fellow brethren, to cry when something bad is happening to you, when you are sad. It is a way of releasing emotional tension, emotional pain, and it is okay to cry. It is okay to cry. On average, a human being, a normal human being, should cry not less than 3 times a day. If you are not crying daily, then, my dear brethren, you are just holding up. You are holding in, and one day it will explode. So I want you to be aware that when we experience an emotion, there is a byproduct of that emotion, and we can let it go. Jesus Christ wept because he was loving, he was kind, he was forgiving, he was empathic, he was compassionate, he was warm-hearted, and he was truthful, and he showed to Lazarus' sisters that he really, really cared, and he brought Lazarus back to life. I want to bring your life back today. Believe in Christ, and may God bless you, and may God continue to bless you. And I wish you all the peace and wellness. And let us learn to be kind to one another. Let there be none among us who, through anger or ill will, wish harm upon another.